Hey guys, we're back with another video, and in this video, we'll be talking about the upcoming series, The Last of Us, and its leaked footage. Whether you came here because you're a fan of the video game the show is based on, or if you're looking for a new series to watch, one thing is certain, you came here wanting to know more. So let's get into it. First off, let's talk about the new video clips that just got leaked. As parts of HBO's The Last of Us continue to be shot, we've seen unexpected leaks pop up out of nowhere to reveal some unofficial, behind-the-scenes peeks at the TV series development. One of the latest leaks linked directly to a scenario from the game, so it was clear what the purpose was there. But another leak that happened just this week has left fans wondering what storyline and setting may take place within the show. The clip in question was leaked by @TheLastOfUsTV, a Twitter account devoted to leaks and everything else relevant to the series. The Twitter handle tweeted a video that originated with the TikTok account @HBO's The Last of Us. The 2-minute-long Calgary scenario depicts a procession of cars encircled by a mob chanting freedom and protesting against the Federal Disaster Response Agency, a force from The Last of Us known simply as FEDRA. Given the coordinated outlook of the mob in the footage and their anti-FEDRA chanting, it seems that this is a scenario displaying the Hunters, an unfriendly group from the first game, based mostly in Pittsburgh. Joel and Ellie come across the gang on their travels during a notable scene in which the group tries to mislead the duo by pretending to be injured in order to have Joel pull over. But what's all the confusion about? Now, the confusion here is that by the moment Joel and Ellie meet these guys, they've already driven FEDRA out of the city and assumed charge. So basically, there's no reason to expect a strong demonstration in Pittsburgh streets if FEDRA is already out of the picture. So what exactly are we seeing in this video? According to responses to the leaked footage, this might be a flashback showing what happened before when the Hunters rose up against FEDRA to seize the territory for themselves. Others have speculated that this scene depicts a different version of Pittsburgh than Joel and Ellie would discover, one in which the Hunters' authority over the city has not yet been established, and the region is more of a war zone rather than one party completely ruling it. If this is the case, it would be a big deviation from how The Last of Us played out, but not one that would be out of character within the turmoil of the series franchise itself. Next up, we have the cast for The Last of Us that's officially been announced. HBO Max's The Last of Us has finally cast Henry and Sam, the original game's brothers. Lamar Johnson will play Henry, while Kevin Woodard, a newbie, will play his younger brother, Sam. Their relationship was revealed to be difficult at times, with Sam being chastised by Henry if he did something that hampered their efficiency, or, more importantly, Sam's safety. Pedro Pascal was originally revealed as the main character, Joel, while Bella Ramsey plays Ellie, Joel's adopted daughter, who possesses the power to heal the infected. But there's just one teeny tiny change made in the show's storyline that deviates from the game's backstory. Joel and Ellie encounter Henry and Sam in the game while attempting to hide from both human hunters and the infected in Pittsburgh. Joel, Ellie, Sam, and Henry ultimately try to flee the city, but their quest is filled with drama. On the other hand, Graham Greene and Elaine Miles will appear as Marlon and Florence, two additional characters developed for the show in addition to Henry and Sam. Nothing unusual here, just two siblings who love each other, but also can't help being annoyed by each other. Marlon and Florence, the new characters, are simply defined as a married couple living by themselves in the woods of post-apocalyptic Wyoming. Gabriel Luna, who was recruited to play Joel's more reckless brother Tommy, is also in the cast, as are Nick Offerman, Murray Bartlett, Anna Torv, and Merle Dandridge. The Last of Us has been gradually releasing more about its characters and narrative ahead of its scheduled release in 2023. Meanwhile, Naughty Dog is creating a remake of The Last of Us for the PlayStation 5, which will be released on September 2nd. And don't worry about the show not meeting expectations. Bella Ramsey seems confident. We'll love it. Since the video game and its sequels are so well received, the TV series is under a great deal of pressure to perfect the adaptation. When it comes to the series, Ramsey appears to be very optimistic that fans will like how everything has fallen together for the franchise's transition to live action, and she speaks this as a gamer who understands how vital it is for the adaptation to be accurate. It closely follows the emotional beats of the game and is very respectful and honors the game. I do think people will love it, she says. In the interview, she also talks about returning with her Game of Thrones co-star, Pedro Pascal. She claims that he's super fun to work with. He's hilarious and just lightens up the mood on the set. She also said that he's very generous with his words and his time, and she was super happy to be working with a familiar face who makes shooting for long hours so comfortable. In other news from The Last of Us, first off, people are expressing their desire to see Pedro Pascal as Fidel Castro. People have spoken out against James Franco playing Cuban revolutionary Fidel Castro in a future film. Despite all of the criticism, some fans have devised a wonderful replacement for the controversy controversial actor, many favorite fans on Twitter immediately pointed out that The Last of Us star, Pedro, resembles the former Cuban leader. One person said, "Petition to get James Franco replaced with Pedro for the Fidel Castro role." Another added, "I'm not done with this James Franco casting news. Was he unavailable? Although not Cuban, he makes a lot more sense on every level. While he is not Cuban, he is of South American descent, which many believe is at least a step above Franco." Last week, John Leguizamo turned to Instagram to express his frustrations over James Franco's portrayal of the Latin leader. Franco is currently set to co-star with Mia Maestro in Miguel Bardem's forthcoming movie, Elena of Cuba. Maestro will play Natalia Natty Roelta, the Cuban socialite with whom Castro had an intense affair with, and Ana Villafe will play their daughter, Elena Fernandez. Producer John Martinez O'Felon said that finding and convincing Franco to play the part was a challenge, albeit a fun one. It is unfortunate for him that fans don't like that he took up the challenge. Secondly, an actress from The Last of Us is going to star in another cool project. The trailer from the forthcoming comedy, Catherine Called Birdie, was out this week, and it turns out that young actress Bella Ramsey is going to be starring in it. Ramsey plays the primary character of a 14-year-old Catherine, or Birdie, in the film. Catherine Called Birdie, directed and written by outspoken feminist Leah Dunham, is based on Karen Cushman's best-selling 1994 historical children's story. The narrative follows Catherine, who prefers to go by Birdie, a smart young adolescent who tries her best to avoid the wealthy suitors her father, Sir Rollo, would want her to marry, no matter how dreadful each one of them is. The teaser promises a historical comedy with an inspiring feminist theme that contradicts the mindset of the time period. It depicts the conflict between Birdie and her dad, who is bent on her marriage for financial advantage. Birdie clearly has a talent for scaring off potential husbands, one of whom, played by Russell Brand, ingeniously informs that Lady Catherine has a third extra ear. Birdie, a tomboyish and self-proclaimed sly girl, would go to any extent to escape getting married off. And finally, Pedro Pascal teams up with David Harbour for a fun, limited series. Pedro and David Harbour are reportedly working on a limited series for HBO called My Dentist's Murder Trial. The two will also executive produce the miniseries, which is based on a New Yorker story by James Lasden about Dr. Gilberto Nunez, who was charged with the death of his close friend Thomas Coleman. Reportedly, the doctor persuaded his friend to consume a drug that resulted in his death. Even though the title is somewhat funny and the actors are known for their sense of humor, this seems like a dramatic thriller. The sources don't mention who's playing the doctor and who's playing the friend, but we'd think Pascal is the doctor and Harbour is his pal. There are no release dates or other news for now, but we'll definitely keep you in the loop when we learn anything new. And that's a wrap for this video. What do you think about the leaked videos from The Last of Us? Do you agree that the series might feature a version of Pittsburgh different from the game? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.